Hello everyone, let's see how to run Arduino IDE and of Linux with a single click. This is continuation of the last video. So these are the steps we are going to follow. Let's move to our first step. First we need to create a folder, whatever you want, say Arduino Linux. So new folder, name is ard_linux. Next step is to create a batch file in this folder, and let's say its name is Temp.bat. Right click, new text file, and name it Temp.bat. This yellow command need to be inside it. So let's edit it with the help of Notepad. So instead of username, so here is our command. So username is the one that you have created in the Ubuntu. So it was better for me to save and close this file. So let's go to our next step. Next step is to create a file Arduino IDE. There is no extension. So let's create another text file and name it Arduino IDE. This file will be used by Unix or Linux system. Edit and put this command in it. Edit it with help of Notepad. So this is the command. Here you have to change two things. One is the username, and the other thing is the file that you need to execute. This is principally the Arduino IDE app image file that we saw yesterday, how to download it. So I will go to my Linux folder, go to my Ubuntu, and then home, and then the username. There I will see my file. This is Arduino-IDE.app_image. This name should appear in this command instead of file name Arduino-IDE. Should be Arduino-IDE. Same name should be used. Let's save and close this. This file should be in our folder, not on the desktop. We need to move it into the folder. This to our folder. Now our folder has two files. So the next step is to run the Temp.bat we have created so that we can make this Arduino IDE file executable in under Ubuntu. Should be batch file .bat. Let's double click on our temp.bat. And here is the executed window we have. Once this is ready, now you have to use the command to make your Arduino IDE file executable. So this should be chmod plus x and the name of the file. So now the file will become executable under Ubuntu. So that's it. So done. We need to close this window and then delete the temp.bat file. That's it. This is the role of the temp.bat file. delete this. Only one file left now in our folder. Next step is to create another batch file, arduino_linux.bat, and we will create another text document, name it as arduino_linux.bat, and we are going to edit under notepad and enter these two yellow commands in this batch file. Let's open our editor. Let's put the commands in here. So in the first command we need to do is change the username. And again, the username is the one that is we log in into Unix, and the username and dot should have a space. Okay, you can't see the space here, but I put a space later on, and then we need to have another command, say port. We will create this port batch file in the next step. So the next step is again we need to create another file that is port.batch. So right click, another text document, and that this will be port.bat. Create it, and let's edit it and put this command in this batch file. So we are in port.batch. Here is our command, and in this command you need to use your bus ID. So my bus ID is 4-2. In the last video, you should have noticed your port, so you should be using its bus ID. So our project is almost done. Let's run the batch file, and you can see the windows appearing, and soon we will have our Arduino IDE running. So with click on the batch file, we will have our Arduino IDE for Linux running under Windows, and it also has this port available. That's it. But before I close, I want to share that if you want to resize this window automatically, so you just right click on the icon, go into properties or the last option, and then set the height and the width of this window. So I hope this will be helpful and you will be able to run your Linux Arduino IDE under Windows by just clicking on the batch file name. Thank you. If you like the video, think about giving a thumbs up and subscribing to the channel.